Projective tests and projective techniques. The types of projective tests can be Rorschach's inkblot test, thematic app perception test, draw a person test, house tree person test. Projective tests. By using ambiguous stimuli like inkblots and enigmatic pictures like TAT, means enigmatic means mysterious or unclear or complex, we can say. The responses are evoked which reveals the faces of subject's personality by projection of internal attitudes, traits and behavior or pattern. Example, TEMAS test, TEMAS test, tell me a story means TEMAS. Then incomplete sentence test, figure drawings, sentence completion tests, etc. The objective of these projective tests can be they allow the respondent to make a particular response to a structural set of instructions. Example, true or false, yes or no, or correct answer. Projective tests can be given in an ambiguous context in order to give or afford the respondent an opportunity to impose his own interpretation in answering. A few projective techniques or methods or tests can be association techniques like inkblot test, word association test, or construction techniques like TAT, storytelling, draw a test or draw a picture like that. Then completion techniques like sentence completion test, third person techniques and expressive techniques. These are the few commonly used projective methods or techniques or tests. Third person technique. It involves commonly a third person like story. It's more than projective technique. They are used to elicit deep seated feelings and opinions held by the respondents reflects or feelings negatively on other persons. People attribute virtues or morals to themselves and vices or immorals or wicked feelings to others. Means every good thing is about to self and negative things to others. For example, when we ask a person, why are you going to a trip to Goa or why are you going to a holiday, means they will say, we are going as a means of refreshment or some diversion or to see the scenery or a holiday trip. The same story, when we ask the opinion about others, they will say that they are going just as a show off aspect. So it's like role playing about the third person. It is called third person technique of projective test. Then few projection techniques can be deeply held attitudes and motivations are not verbalized by respondents even when they are asked directly. Even they may not be knowing that they have these feelings or intentions there inside. So the projective techniques allow the respondents to project these subjective or true opinions and beliefs on to others or other objects. Then the respondent's real feelings are inferred from what he said. Projective tests are used during the individual or small group interviews. They incorporate in a number of different research methods. They need expertise or a trained psychologist to devise the test, to construct the test and interpret these values correctly and exactly in related to standard norms and scores. Coming to projective techniques, the word projection is borrowed from the branch of neurology. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism in which individuals attribute characteristics which are unacceptable in themselves to other persons. Example, a hostile husband attributes his hostility to his wife as she has an anger management problem. It is a mental process by which the people attribute to others that is there in their minds. Example, critical state-minded people thinks that and says that other people are also critical of them. Thus, it is an unconscious process which individuals attribute certain thoughts, attitudes and emotions to other persons, and the aim and purpose of this is that Sigmund Freud says that it's a defense mechanism often used as it is a way to avoid uncomfortable repressed feelings. Feelings that are projected may be controlling, jealous, angry and sexual nature. It's a way of placing one's negative traits or unwanted emotions to others without any reason. The projective methods originate within the ethical setting as indirect measure of personality. They are predominantly a tool for psychologists and foundation for projective techniques in stimulus response theory and perceptual theories of personality. The projective instruments represents the disguised testing procedures, and the projective techniques are characterized by global approach to appraisal of personality. Projective techniques works on psychological defense mechanisms against painful internal states. The types of projective techniques can be neurotic projection, which is the most commonly used variety of projection. Complementary projection is the assumption other people can do the same things as well as self. Then, the coming to a most commonly used form of projective test is ink blot projection technique. It's the most popular test which is given by Rorschach, and a standardized series of ink blot tests are used to investigate the personality as a whole. But Rorschach's psychological projective test measures both intellectual and non-intellectual traits of personality. Here, subjects' perception of ink blots are recorded and analyzed by using the psychological interpretation, complex algorithms, or both. Some use these tests to test the personality features and emotional functions too. Here, 10 ink blot cards are given. Out of that, 5 are black, 2 are black and red, and 3 are multicolor cards. Mostly they are symmetrical in nature, and the person has to reveal what is there in their mind by seeing these cards. There are 3 types of these projective aspects, that is performance projective tests or aspects, inquiry and testing of the limits. This is about few points regarding projective tests and projective techniques. Thank you.